Hi everyone, today we are going to learn about IAM. IAM is Identity and Access Management. This is one of the AWS service. It is used to manage users and we can give a permissions to the users who can access which type of service. And when we are creating AWS account and when we are logging to the AWS account, it asking some it asking some email ID and password that is called authentication. And authorization means allow us to access some service. Which type of service we can access is called authorization. And when we are creating the AWS account, after we are logging, it as some root user and IAM user. Root user is the account owner. We can see here itself, account owner that performs task requiring unrestricted access. So that is the root user. Root user means it's like a administrator who can access all the services without any restrictions. And the other user or IAM user with an account that performs daily task. It's like an employee who can work under the administrator and they have some selected services they can access in the AWS account. So when we are logging to the IAM user, root user must give this 12-digit account ID and then only IAM user can access the account. And user group means we can create a group of employees like developer 1, developer 2, developer 3 and make them as a group and create single policy for all the employees. And the permission or policies means we can give a permission like which type of service can use which user can use which type of service, which means who access which service. It defines what can be accessed. And the policy or permission is divided into AWS managed policy and customer managed policy. AWS managed policies are available in the AWS cloud, which is predefined, and customer managed policy is we can write the customer managed policy in it is in JSON and the root user can give permission to IAM user. Now we are going to see about how to create a IAM user group and how to give permission to the users. So when we go to security and credentials, first we have to create a MFA, which means multi-factor authentication. I already created a multi-factor authentication. So when if you need to create a multi-factor authentication, you have to click assign MFA device, and it have the three way of MFA device: authenticator app, hardware TOTP token, authenticate using code generated by hardware TOTP token or other hardware devices. I already created, so I ignore this. Now we are going to create a users. In the users portion, you can see I have no users, so I'm going to click users and give a user name, user one. Provide user access to the AWS management console. We have to check this if you are providing console access to a person. And I want to create a IAM user. I'm a root user and I'm going to create now IAM user. So I create my own custom password. User must create a new password at signing. I uncheck this and I click next. And in this, attach policy directly. So for the user one, I'm going to give EC2. Okay, first I create a user and I show how it will work, and then I give permission to the user. So I create a user. I don't give any permission to the this user one and password user. So I'm going to we cannot able to uh, log in root user and IAM user in the same browser. So I'm going to log in this user one in the another browser. So IAM user, I'm going to copy this 12 digit. We need admin or a root user have to give this 12 digit account ID. So only IAM user can log in. I copy and paste this 12 digit account ID, and then IAM user one, and I give a password which I just now I created the user and password. So I click sign in. Yes, now the IAM user can access the AWS console. So I'm going to EC2. When user one going to the EC2, they cannot able to see any instances running in the EC2 or uh, any running key pass or security anything they cannot able to see because as a root user I didn't give any permission to the IAM user. You can see here I have one instance and I have a bucket in my S3, but user one cannot able to see the yes in the Northern Virginia they cannot able to see any instances in the region. So for that we need to for that the root user need to give permission. So I'm going to give permission to the user, return to the user list and continue. So in the users, I click users and add permissions. So in the add permission, when I click add permission, so attach policy directly. Here I'm going to give easy to read only. Amazon easy to read only access. I'm giving Amazon easy to read only access and Amazon S3 read only. I attach two policies and I click next. You can see Amazon easy to read only access and Amazon S3 read only access. And I click add permission. So now user one can able to see the which means they can only able to see what are the things are here. Now they can able to see the instance and if we go to dashboard, how many key paths available, security groups available, and how many volumes available and instance available, they can able to only see. But when they try to uh, access this instance means it is not, when they try to start instance means it show the error failed to start the instance, which means you need permission from the root user to make changes in the instances. That's the error it is showing. So like this, we can give AWS managed policies. These are all the AWS managed policies. Now we are going to create a user group. So I don't have any group. So here I'm going to click a user group and I give name developers. So I give a common policy for all the AWS, all the IAM users, which means who are all under this developer group, they can able to use the particular service. I'm going to give easy to full access. Amazon easy to full access. So I click create a group now. So who are all under this developer group, they can able to access the easy to full access. So I'm going to again click one more user, user 2, and custom password. When I click next, it has some add group, user to group. I'm going to add this user 2 to this developer group and then click next and create user. So I'm going to return to the user list. I have two users, user 2 in the developers group and user 1 not mapped with the any group. Yes, user 2 in the developer group. So here you can see the user 2 in the one group, which is developer group, and I can able to add this user to the group. When I click, I can able to add a permission, and in the user group, add user. When I go to add user and click, and I can make the user 1 in the group. Now we don't have any permission to start or any changes. User 1 cannot make any changes. You can see here user 1 cannot make any changes in the AWS console. When I give permission, which means when I add this user 1 to the group, so user 1 can able to access this EC2 instances. I refresh. Now the user one also can make the changes. Click start instance means I gave a permission now, so I gave added to this group because this developer group have the permission to, as you can see, permission to Amazon easy to full access. So when I add this user one to this developer group, so user one can access the easy to full access. So now user one can access this instance, and they can able to terminate or delete instance. Now user one have S3 read only access. Yes, I have one bucket. Now when I try to add files or uh, upload any, when I click open, it won't allow me to upload because user one have a read only S3. Yes, it's showing error. Uploading failed. For more, you can see here access denied. So when I go to permissions, I search Amazon S3 full access. Yes, I have to click add permission, attach policies, Amazon S3. Yes, when I click this and I click attach policies, so now I can able to access the S3. Now I can able to upload, add files, and the desktop. I have a text file and I open and I can upload this file. So because I gave a permission to this user one and two, this both user one and two can access this two, which means in the permissions, user one and two can make this permission, which means who are all in this developer group can access this EC2 full access and S3 full access. Like this, we can give a permission to the users. When I go to policies, create policies. So here in the JSON format, it have like some skeleton structure. We have to make changes and we can create our own policies to give permissions to the IAM users. So that's it. We see about authentication, authorization, root user, IAM user, and user group. We created a group and add the user to this group and give permission AWS managed policies and how to create a customer managed policy. Thank you.